Hello friends, in this video we will see the review and view tabs and commands of Microsoft Excel. First we have a review tab. This review tab contains the editing features of comments. We can see track changes and we can protect our worksheet, and also we can do some spelling checking, and also we can do use to share this with proper information, ensuring the security of the data. So in this we have five different groups. Among the five different group, the first group we have proofing group. This proofing group is to correct the typo mistakes through spelling options. We can do use this thesis option to see some other words of the same word. So like here in this sheet, if I go to the review tab, so here I have the first group, which is what? Proofing group. So in the proofing group you have a spelling command, you have thesis command. Now okay, let's check spelling. So when you click on the spelling, it opens this dialog box where you can see all those spellings which is not right. So if you have made some spelling mistake, it will start showing you one by one. It shows you that option to ignore or ignore all, or even you can add the word into dictionary. And if you feel that this one is not right, or you mean to say these other words, then you can change it. Change all, and you can set it to autocorrect. Now because this one is a name, so I will ignore it. Here in this sheet I don't have much data, much words here, so these are all names, so it will always say the name, it will not detect, so I will ignore them. And now once it is done, then it says okay, everything is done and your spelling is all correct. So this is very simple command to check your spellings. Then you have this command thesaurus. Now this is what if you have some word here, like I say salesperson in this cell. Now I want to say something some other way. I want to say to this same word, I want to say it in some other way. So I can click on it, it will go to the source here, and it shows here that instead of this salesperson I can say these other words. So seller, vendor, or whatever. So it is just to get some other word related to this same word what you have. Also you have a smart lookup command. This will help you to find the word on online, the meaning of the word. Like if this salesperson, if I say go for smart lookup, it will go to the online Bing search, Microsoft Bing search, and try to give me the result related to that search word which I have searched. So it is going to internet, is loading, and then it will show me the words which is this is the salesperson, it is a noun, and then it is going for some web searches here related to the word which I have selected in that cell. Then the next group we have this language group. Now in this language group we have only one command, that is to translate the word. So if you are having some word in your sheet, then if you don't know that word or you want to translate it in some other word, other language, then you can use this command. It will go to internet source and try to translate it. So suppose I say salesperson, I want to translate it with some other word, other language. So I click on this and it says that we are going to send the word on online. Either it is using the secure format for the Microsoft, but it is maybe go to the third-party translation service. So are you sure you want to send the word on online? So if you sure, then you say yes. And then here you will see in the right side corner, you will see the research pane. Here it is going to internet and it is trying to search, and it will give you the option to use translate to other language. Like right now it is English, so you want to translate it to some other word. I want to translate it to Russian. So okay, it is this. So if you like the word, then you can insert it here in this cell. So this is just to translate some word in other languages. Then the next group we have is a comment group. Comment group where we can add some comment in a cell. so that we can just guide someone. Like if our document is reviewing by some 2-3 person, so if I want to instruct something to other person, so I want to point out something to some other person on the cell, so I can do add comments. So this tab, this group is totally related to comments. So like I want to say something here for this cell, so I click on the cell and I go to this group comment, I add the comment here. Now you see the comment, you can add something here or anything here, what do you want to say. Then you can add multiple comments, you can add some comment on other cell. Then you can add some other cell. Now these comments normally don't show, it only show you this on the cell. If you see on the right corner, right top corner, you will see that point there. It is indicating that this cell contained a comment. So when you hover the mouse there, it shows you the comment. When you hover the mouse there, it shows you the comment. Now if you want to see the comments, then you can just click here, show all comments, and then here it is always showing now. If you want to hide them, you can hide them. You want to see the comments, then you want to see one by one, then you can go by like this, next comment, this one, then next, it's done. Then you can go to previous, and it is now continuously open, it is not changing. So you can hide it from here, show hide comments. And if you want to delete those comments, so first you have to go to that comment and then you can delete that comment. So you go to that comment here and then delete the comment, and then you go to that comment and then you can delete those comments. You have one more command here, show ink. This show ink command, if suppose I am using a pen tool in my machine, connected machine, so when I add my pen tool to the machine, it will open one more tab for the pen, and where I can do design, I can do highlight something on this sheet. Now it will show there. If you don't want to see those highlight things, then I can remove this. It is just like this. I'm using this in here where I am using this to highlight some point here. So it is just a pen tool. So if you have used one pen tool and it is have some ink there, then you can show and hide those ink. So this is what we have in this comment group. The next group in the review tab is the changes group. Now in this group we have commands to protect our worksheet or workbook. So we can protect our worksheet, we can share our workbook with other users, other persons, where we can go on to track the changes also. So if suppose I want to protect my sheet, so this is the command here in the changes where I can protect by the password. So suppose I want to protect this sheet, so I click on this, it says you want to protect it, so put the password here. So I give a password. Now remember, give a password which you remember, don't forget the password. And here you have option to allow users, what you want to allow other users. I'm saying select locked cells or selected unlocked cells, so they can select the cells. If suppose I say don't select the cells also, type again and remember the password. It is informing here that don't forget the password, you cannot recover it. Now it is protected. Now you can see if I try to click on the sheet, it is even I cannot click, I cannot select the cell because I remove those check boxes which says select protected unprotected cells, but I cannot select, I cannot change anything, I cannot select anything. Now if I go to other sheet, I can select also and I can edit also. I can edit also, because I have not locked this sheet. I have locked this sheet, and here you can see I cannot select and I cannot change anything. To unprotect it, click again, provide the password, okay, and now it is unprotected. I can select and I can edit. Now protecting the workbook is different than protecting the sheet. Protecting the workbook, that means protecting the structure of the workbook. That means if I try to add a new sheet in this workbook, so now I can do this. If I want to delete this, I can do this. But if suppose I protect the workbook, so it is what protecting? It is protecting the structure. So I put the password there. Now if I try to edit the sheet, I can edit, I can select the sheet, and if I see here, I can edit the sheet also. If I go to this sheet, I can also edit the sheet. It is not protecting the sheet, it is protecting the workbook. Now if I see here, I cannot add a new sheet here. I try to delete the sheet, I can't do this. I cannot rename, I cannot move copy, I cannot color the tab, I cannot hide and unhide these sheets. So this is what protecting the workbook. You want to unprotect it, again provide the password. Password is optional for this. If you don't give the password, still it will work. If you can see here, it says optional, so still it can work. Then you can do share your workbook. Share your workbook so that others can work in it at the same time. That means if it is in a shared location, and if other people are also accessing the same file, so if you share it, then what, it can be accessed by other people and other users also at the same time, and they can also make changes. So allow changes by more than one users at the same time, and this allows you this also allows workbook merging. So it is going to merge different changes according to time and date. So at the same time, if I am doing the same changes, I am doing some changes, and other people are doing some changes, so they will be compared by the time and date, and then it will be merged. Then you can use this protect and share also. This is what the share, this is also same share, but you can also do protect with this. Now this will do what? It will protect and protect the tracking also. Like if I select this, it says sharing with track changes. That means when you do share, so it will track the changes also. That means if other people are doing some changes, so it will highlight those changes also, and we can see those changes what they have done. Here also password is optional. Now the action will now save the workbook. Do you want to continue? Say okay, yes, and it is done. Now you can see here it is shared. So if other people are also editing the same file, so I can see those changes they are doing, and I can highlight the changes from here. Right now there is no changes I have done. If you select this, we can select like when saved, I last saved, when, who and where, and highlight the changes in green color. So if I click OK, it says there is no changes found. Okay, let me do some changes here. So I will do some changes here. I'll do change this one to 3327, and now you see it is highlighting 6325, and now it is, you can see it is highlighting. So this is what it is doing, it is highlighting those changes. Now you can accept those changes. If you see like okay, these changes you want to accept, then you can do accept those changes also, or you can then unprotect it also. Now this remains there because we have highlighted those changes. You want to remove it, now it is not highlighting those changes. Then you have this option that says allow users to edit some range. For example, I am the main admin and I have this worksheet, and I have someone also that who can change something but not everything. So what I can do, I can select the range which he can change only. So for example, here in March, this is the range, these cells that other user can change. So I select it, I go here and I say I want to create new range for that. So the name you can put any, the range I have already selected, and I can protect with the password. Password, now this time I'll give this is another password than the normal password which I give to protect the sheet. So here I give 1 2 3 and I say okay, 1 2 3, okay, and now this is what I have added. Now I say okay. Now this range is with another password, that is 1 2 3. Now if I protect my sheet, now I am protecting my sheet by ABC, and this time I am allowing them to select the sheet. Now you will see they can select but they cannot modify. Okay, ABC. Now they can select the sheets, but if they try to modify it, double click, edit, no, error, you can't do this because it is protected. Can you do edit this one? No, you can't do edit this one. Can I edit this? No, I cannot edit this, but I have allowed some cells to edit by some other user if the user knows the correct password. So that is what this range. So if I double click to edit this one, okay, this is not the one which is of, this is the one in main. So when I double click to edit this one, it is asking me the password. If I am the right user which knows the right password, I can edit those cells. So I know the password 1 2 3 1 2 3, and now I can edit this. I can even edit this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. No, this one I can't edit because this one is not allowed. I have selected only this range. So when the sheet is protected, that range which we have selected by this command will be added by that separate password, and if some user knows that password, they can edit this. Unprotect. So this is what this changes group we have in this review tab. The next tab we have view tab. Now this view tab has its own importance in Excel review, in which view tab helps to change the view of Excel sheet and make it easy to view the data. And also this tab is useful for preparing the workbook for printing. So the first group, it is having the 5 groups. In the 5 group, first group we have workbook view. So here we can define how you want to see the workbook. There you have normal group, page break, page layout, and custom view also. That means here in this view tab, first group is this workbook view. So by default it always be on normal, and these things you can also change it from here in the status bar. So by default it is normal. You can go to the page break view. This view defines like how it is going to be print on the pages, like when you print this sheet, so how it is going to be print. So in one page it is going to print this one. Okay, it is configured to print one page only. I can change it from here, from the layout, where I can decide like this should be printed on portrait mode, and okay, now you can see here it is going to print in 3 pages. So in the page break view, you can see that your data is going to be printed on how many pages, because the sheet is not having a limit. It is a big limit, but the printer and the pages have some limits. So it is going to print here in 3 pages. That you can know by this page break view, where you can see this page break. This is the page break, and this is what you can see. The page layout will show you in this view. It will show you your pages, how it is going to be look. It is going to look on the page. So you can see it is showing, it is in the page. You can see it is in one page. This you will see, and the second page you will see that. So in this view you can see how it is going to be printed on the page. and in this look only, in this view only, you can add some headers and footers also. So if you want to add an header or footer, so you can add it here in this view. When you go back to normal view, you will not see that headers and footers. Then you have this custom view. Custom view, that means you can design your own view and you can save it as a custom view. Like I say, okay, this one is my page break view, and I go to the custom and I can save it here like personal view. Or okay, I will remove this one. I'll save it as my page break view. So I say add. This is my page break view, and it is going to have print setting and hidden rows and columns in the filter setting. Now this is what I have saved for the custom. Okay, I will create one more view and I will add this one also as a page layout view. So we have two custom views. So if I am on the normal view, so I can see those views here. I can apply those views. I can see, like I want to see the page layout view. Show. You can see this is the view which I have saved in custom. I can go for page break view. It is just not this one. You can modify other things also, these other things here, and also that you can save it in a custom view. So this is what you have in workbook view group. The next group in the view tab is this show. This is simple to show and hide those options like ruler, grid line, formula bar, headings. So if you want to see those things or you don't want to see, you can show and hide those things. So here if you see in the group, you have ruler. Ruler is not showing here because ruler by default it does not show in the normal view. It only show the view in this page layout. If you go to the page layout, you will see the ruler here. You can see the ruler here. So if you want to hide that ruler, then you can hide it from here. If you are in the normal view, the ruler is not there, so it is not giving option to remove or add the ruler. Then you have this option to remove the grid lines. So if you deselect it, now you can see the grid lines are not there. If you select it, you can see those grid lines. Then you have option to remove formula bar. This is our formula bar. If you want to remove this formula bar, if you don't want to see the formula bar, you can remove it. Now it is not showing. You want to remove the headings for the columns and rows, then you can remove from here. And this is we have in this show group. The next group is what? Simple zoom group. Zoom group is to just zoom your worksheet to see closely. So you can use this custom view for the zooming, or you can go for the 100%. By default it always be on 100% zoom, that is fit to the screen, or you can do zoom to the selection also. And also you can change your zoom from this status bar also. So suppose I want to change something, so I go here. Right now by default it is on 100%. I'll go to 50%. Now you see it is gone back to 50%, and if I click on the 100%, then it will go back to normal. So you have other options like 50%, 270, or fit to each section, or even you can choose your custom view. So whatever you choose, it will zoom like that, and then you can always go back to your normal 100%. Then you have this option to zoom to selection. Now zoom to selection, that means I select this area, and I want to zoom only this area. So I select and say zoom to selection. Now you can see it is only zooming that selected area. And then always you can go back to 100%. So this is what the zoom group we have. And the other group, the next group is what? The window group. Window group is it will allow you to manage multiple windows. So if you are having multiple windows of your sheets, or you are working on multiple worksheets open in multiple different windows, then you can manage it from here. in this group. This first command do open the new window. That means new window for the same document. If you see, I have only one document open. So if I click on it, it will open the new window for the same document. Here if you see, you can, now we have these two windows for the same document. Then you have option to arrange. That means the windows you have open, like these two windows, so you can arrange them like this. You can arrange them like title, horizontal, vertical, cascade, in different orders. So whatever you like, you can select, and it is arranged like that. And when you are done, then you can go back to normal. Then you have option, this freeze option. Freeze option is interesting. It helps you to freeze these rows and columns. Now suppose here in the first column I have the salesperson's name, and I want to see, if I want to see the other data, if I go this side, now I see the data but I don't see the name of the salesperson, because that is now removed. This is what is scrolling this side. Now if you want to see at the same time this first column and these other data, then you can freeze this first column. So you can go here and you can say freeze the first column. Now what, this first column is freezed, and when you go here in this, you can scroll this side, and as you can see, I am scrolling that side, and here the first column is remain on the place and it is not changing. So this is to freeze the first column. If you want to unfreeze, go back, say unfreeze. Now it is not freeze and it is now moving with the sheet. Now you can freeze the first row also. This is my first row. So if I want to freeze that row, so I can go here, I can say freeze top row. Now when I scroll down, you can see the first row is freezed, but others are moving. You can unfreeze it. Now for custom freezing, that means I want to freeze after this April, I want to freeze till here. I want to move this, but I don't want to move this till April. So what I can do, if I want to freeze till here, then I will select this one. And then I go here, I say freeze the pin. First command. Now when I move this, you can see April is in place and these cells, other columns are moving, scrolling. And you can unfreeze it. Same as for the row also, I want to freeze till this row, so I will select this and then I will say freeze pin. Now it is freeze till this row and other rows will scroll. And then you can do unfreeze it. Now all the rows are scrolling. So this is to freeze your sheet, rows or columns. First row, first column, or you can do freeze any column and any row. Then you have option to split also. Split, that means I want to compare this cell data to other users data. So I want to freeze it from there, so I can split on there. So I will click on split. Now it is split from there, and then I can scroll here, but it will remain there. The upper part will remain same and the down part we can scroll. It is what, like splitting the data, splitting the sheet into two sheets. When you are done comparing, then you can remove the splitting. Now if you are having two windows running, if you see these two windows are there, so you can hide some of them. So like current window, this window I want to hide, so I can click on it. Now if you see, there is only one window because I hide that window. Now I want to show that window which is hidden, so I will go here and unhide, and you can see the window which I have hidden. So I click on it and it is come back, and now you can see there are two windows open. Then you have option here to see side by side. If you click on it, these sheets will open in side by side, like here. If you see this sheet and this sheet is open here, and both are synchronizing, both are scrolling as a synchronized way. You can remove this, and then these will scroll separately. So, and also you can change the position of the sheet. This sheet will go here and this sheet will go here. When you're done with this, you can go back to normal view. And then if you are having multiple windows open, then you can switch from this command from one window to other window. Now finally you have this macros. Macros is what? It's a set of instructions which we can run, record, and then rerun anytime to do the job quickly. So if you are doing something and you want to do it quickly, then what? You can do that by recording recording with this macros. If you see the macros, there is no recording here. Nowhere there is no recording, but we can record it. So let's example I'll do here. I want to do the sum of all these numbers here. So what I do, and I have to do it for all. So what I'll do here, I'll go here and I will say record. Now you have to add any name here. Okay, I'll go with macros 1, and here you have to give the shortcut key. That means when you want to run this macros again, then you can run it with this shortcut key. So okay, I'll give control T, and it is going to run whenever I run this control shortcut key, and I say okay. Now it is in recording now. If you see here again, now it is recording where I am getting option to stop. Now here I will do something here. I'll run some formula function here. I'll go to home tab. In this auto sum, I'll run auto sum here, which is doing the auto sum for all the cells here. So I run the auto sum here, and then I'll do what? I'll go back to view, macros, and stop it. Now it is recorded. If you go there to view, it shows that there is one recording, and I can run it again. So if I want to run it again, I'll select this cell now, and here I want to do the same thing. So instead of doing manually, I go here, view, and then I'll say run it. And you can see it has again it has done what? It has run the same function here. Now I have a shortcut key also, so I don't have to go to view and then run. I have a shortcut key, so I select the cell, I run the shortcut key control T, and it has done again. So whenever you want to run the same set of instructions, set of steps, then you can just have to press control T, and it is going to run again and again and again. And also you have this use the relative reference. That means it is, suppose if you are recording to do it for this cell, so when you copy the formula, it is also use it in the other reference cell. It is just like a relative reference. And this is the last group we have in this view tab. This is the last group, and this is the last command we have here, macros, in this view tab. And this is the last thing we have in this video. I hope you have liked this thing. So next time we'll see something else. Till then, have a good day and thank you.